While there used to be clear expectations of what a man and woman should look like and act in the old days, within the past several years, these boundaries and stereotypes have been gradually broken down, especially in the world of K-pop. With the rising popularity of LGBT community and the open mindset of people toward life, it's no longer so strange to see a girl group in suits dancing powerful moves, or a male idol promoting and wearing the entire line of makeup. However, since South Korea is still very much a country where gender norms are heavily imposed, that things could go this far is of nothing natural. Rather, it comes down to a large amount of efforts made by fearless pioneers that dare to express themselves and blur the line between genders. Number 1. Big Bang's GDragon. Talking about the juxtaposition trend of masculine and femininity, there is no way the chameleon leader of Big Bang wouldn't be mentioned first and foremost on the list. In K-pop in particular, and South Korea in general, GD has always been famous for emitting an oddly appealing vibe that both men and women can hardly resist. When doing photo shoot, whether the concept is chic, cold, happy, or punky, the combo of edgy face, monolid eyes, and twinkle smile would help him pull off everything as having a piece of cake. So, have you ever wondered how GDragon would look as a female? GD answered this question himself in an androgynous photo shoot with Vogue, where he proudly posed with luscious locks and designer outfits. Even when GD had to show these two contrasting sides in one day, just for a little change in the length of his hair and the style of makeup, a female version of him quickly appeared out of nowhere. Besides, since his rare genderless beauty is especially favored by the fashion world, he has soon risen out of the music border to enter the realm. Here, the all-rounded artist has made his mark with genderless clothing choices, and as a fashion innovator, GDragon has also collaborated with renowned houses such as Chanel to further reinforce his unique gender-fluid image. In fact, his daring to challenge the gender norm is not only shown through fashion, but also through the way he experimented with different hairstyles and makeup brands that once mostly catered to women. He is also one of the first male idols that publicly took pride in his polished nails. Number 2. SHINee's Taemin. Looking at the cool and cold image of SHINee's Taemin, some can hardly imagine how he could have made thousands of girls jealous for the soft and feminine look when first debuting. While males don't usually have long hair since they will end up looking either untidy or eccentric, Taemin easily pulled it off with his gender-fluid visual. With the long, silky brown hair in the early days, he looked soft and gentle. However, when he cut his hair short and put on the fierce and powerful expression, he looks like nothing but an alpha man that will sweep away anything getting in the way. The interesting thing is that this gender-neutral vibe stems not only from his visual, but also from the way he thinks, works, and lives as well. Despite having danced his way to fame with SHINee since the age of 14, not only until Taemin got more solo activities did people start to see the harmonious coexistence of sharp and soft appeal in his persona. By hinging on this charm, he turned his 2017 solo song, Move, into a huge hit that was not only groundbreaking in terms of music, but also in stage costumes and choreography. By hitting the perfect balance point of the smooth yet raspy vocals and the striking yet subdued choreography, Taemin has changed the way people look at performances of boy groups and set up a new genderless standard for both his music and the industry. In an interview with Billboard, Taemin didn't even hesitate to express, "My aim was to find a middle ground, mixing both masculine and feminine movements into the choreography together." After all, since music is the work of art and a means of creative expression, it should never be strung with any prejudices about genders. For the whole promotion of Move, Taemin also only wore gender-fluid clothes to further manifest the notable combination of graceful femininity and powerful masculinity, the thing that not many artists had ever dared to bring into the mainstream. Surprisingly enough, Taemin didn't look cheesy in these sheer and revealing costumes. Instead, he emitted an artistically powerful, yet feminine combination of aura that not everyone could possess. Number 3. New East's Ren. Since New East used to be one of the top famous boy groups of Gen 2, the era where many people still hold the stiff and rigid belief about how men and women were supposed to look and act, Ren shook the whole internet when modeling skirts and dresses for a Chinese shopping mall. However, he didn't seem to care much since, upon his photos' release, Ren even shared them on Twitter with the caption, "Am I a boy or a girl? I am a man. Fashion makes a person in its impression." For long, he has also sported his signature long hair and rarely cut it short since debuting. In an interview, Ren once admitted that people often told him that he was as pretty as a girl, and he thought such comments were fun since they could intrigue people to get to know him more. Still, despite the feminine visual, it's hard to deny that he literally turned into a different person with the explosive power and energy in New East's performances. Number 4. Super Junior's Heechul. Besides being widely known for the unparalleled savageness, Heechul is also famous for his stunning gender-fluid visuals that can never be screwed up, regardless of hairstyles, makeup, or costumes. From ponytail, braid, to wavy and bob, he pulled them off naturally with a bright complexion and gentle facial features. His fashion sense was also admirable, since Heechul can wear whatever he felt right, from sheer to silk and lace. In one concert of Suju, he even put on the makeup style that was initially made for girls with a puppy-eyed eyeliner and the gradient lipstick. Interestingly enough, nothing was overboard, and his finished look was completely fine and natural. You can still clearly see him as a man, but there remained an oddly attractive aura of femininity, just by the look of his face. Since Heechul was also well aware of his gender-fluid visual, he even put on a girl disguise to hang out with his girlfriend. However, it was also for this genderless, gorgeous visual and countless times Heechul put on makeup, feminine hairstyles, and costumes that he has been non-stop questioned about his orientation. In one episode of Knowing Bros, Heechul revealed that around that time, he saw an online post affirming that he was gay 100%. Though he has long been hearing on the grapevine such rumors, he was still shook to read all the baseless statements himself. Still, as a wise and eloquent persona, he didn't blatantly turn that rumor down and said that he was straight. Instead, he replied in a gentle and funny way. Of course I'm not gay since I'm still interested in women. However, since I know that vehemently denying this rumor would hurt people of the LGBT community to some extent, I decided to not give a darn about the prejudices of people toward the way I live. Obviously, Heechul is one of the most typical examples of why you can't and should never judge a book by its cover, since despite his soft and feminine look, he actually has a caring and mature personality of a man of manners. Number 5. Jo Kwon. Former 2AM member Jo Kwon is among the K-pop idols who are not afraid to challenge gender norms. His soulful and powerful voice has captured the public's attention, especially when he showcases his male diva persona on television. Besides, Jo Kwon is also known for his skills in fiercely nailing girl group choreography on variety shows. The idol is also recognized for his eccentric and multifaceted style after he took part in the Korean adaptation of the musical Priscilla in 2014, where he played the dual roles of drag queens Adam and Felicia. Going beyond feminine clothes made out of sheer and lace with upper body cutouts, he went straight onto incorporating heels and corset to his crib. Although Jo Kwon did receive some praises for the incredible performance of Priscilla, there were also false allegations of his sexuality. Unfazed by such issues, Jo Kwon continued to do what he did best, slaying the stage and leaving people in awe. Number 6. FX's Amber. While the number of men challenging gender norms in Korea increases every year, it's quite apparent that female artists still continue to struggle with breaking their own barriers. The entertainment industry is still conservative in the sense that female idols are expected to display an elegant charm, wear pretty clothes with current makeup trends to highlight their femininity, and maintain an angelic persona. Sadly, such expectations not only come from producers, the public, and management agencies, but also many fans themselves. Still, of all the female idols courageous enough to stand up and challenge the gender norm, no one has done it as early and freely as FX's Amber. Amber has proven that even when her fellow members had long hair and wore miniskirts, while she maintained the unique androgynous style with the short haircut and baggy shorts or pants, she wasn't any less of a woman. She also wasn't afraid to slap back at haters or people who roasted her appearance and personality. If you follow Amber on social media, you'll know that she actually made an entire video called "Where is my chest?" and responded to all sorts of malicious comments about her role in FX. Of course, she didn't go without hate. Although people have been rude, mistaken her for a guy, and criticized her body, she continued to reject the notion that women have to act or look a certain way. She has always shown confidence in her individuality, and has learned to take haters' comments lightly and has even managed to joke about it. So, which reasons do you think could explain why there are not so many female idols standing up and breaking gender norms? Comment down below and share your thoughts with us.